Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I want to talk about the top 5 upgrades that can be done to the Tenere 700. As you can see, I've got a lot of upgrades. Got quite a few miles on the bike so far, and the upgrades themselves. And I've had some things that I regret, and there's things that I'm really glad I did. So thought I'd do a top 5 upgrades for anybody that's getting into a T7 and want to know what should I spend my money on first. And really, this bike is pretty minimal if you really want to know the truth. I mean, you could, I'm not including the luggage. I mean, luggage is kind of it's a preference, rider preference. You could do soft luggage, you could do hard luggage. I totally recommend soft luggage if you're going off-road for sure. Hard luggage is really good for longer trips on the road, place if you know you're going to need a place to lock some things up. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about upgrades that really address a few key areas that I think are important. Safety is number 1, comfort is number 2, and convenience is number 3. So let's talk about the first thing, safety. So first thing I would do is put some additional headlights. I prefer the orange colored headlights on the front of the bike, make like that triangle look. I went with the Denali D2s. They're small, they're light, they're pretty expensive, but what I do like is you get one spot and then you can change one other to a diffuse lens, and you can see those if I get up close. This one is the spot lens. This one, it's got the ribs, that's the diffuse lens. So you get a good spread of light with the diffused, and then you get a long distance light with the spot. It's kind of the best of both worlds. I really like this setup. And then you got the really nice weatherproof switch with a high-low off, and I'll just turn those on so you can see it. So it really gives a nice glow, and definitely people see you coming, which is really number 1 in my book. You definitely want people to be able to see you and not pull out in front of you. Number 2 upgrade I would have to say would be handguards. So most of these bikes come with a plastic handguard, and you really don't want a plastic handguard on these bikes. For one, if you go down and it breaks, you could damage the levers, you could break off the mirrors, and then you can also smash your hand, which, from a safety standpoint, that's my biggest fear. So these aren't going to save you from a really hard crash, maybe, but laying the bike over, especially on a single track, or if you slide out on a gravel road or something, it's definitely going to keep your hands from getting smashed if you do go down and get the handlebars twisted. So that's number 2. Number 3, I would have to say, would be the rear rack. So I went with the Touratech stainless rack, mostly because I like that it's stainless, and also I like the Touratech hard luggage. I carry a top box whenever I'm in town, or riding to work, or somewhere where I know I'm going to need to lock my helmet up and I don't want to take it inside. That's kind of an inconvenience hauling the a helmet around. So top box is pretty key for riding around town and like everyday life. But if you're going off-road, you want something that you can grab a hold of if you need to pick the bike up. The Tenere, it's got these handles here, but they're not easy to get to. They're kind of up underneath the fender. I like being able to just grab this area here. It's really convenient. So I would recommend some kind of a rear rack to give yourself a way to pick the bike up. All right, number 4 upgrade I would have to say would be the Puge wind deflector. I've had this on my 1190 Adventure R. It worked amazing. You can take it off easy, you can put it back on easy. It has several areas of adjustment. This setting right here is perfect. what happens is the wind goes in and it breaks the wind, and it really diffuses it, and the wind that does go over the top here then just goes right over the helmet. I'm 5'9", but I know guys that are 6 foot that use this, and they swear by it. So from a convenience standpoint, that is it's a good way to do it without buying a new windshield or a windscreen that's taller, because once you put a taller windscreen on it, you're stuck with it unless you change the whole thing out. This way you could just pull it off if you want to. Just super convenient. So that's number 4 upgrade. The 5th upgrade, I would have to say, would be the Garmin Zumo Xt GPS, or some kind of a GPS. You don't necessarily have to go with the Garmin XT, but I like it because it ties into the phone. It ties in to the headset that I have, which is the Pack Talk, and I get all my messages on a display up high. So when I'm riding, everything pops up here with song selections. If I've got a phone call, a message, a text message, anything like that, just super convenient to have up high. Plus, if I need to put my phone away for some reason, like if it's raining or something, it's then this is completely waterproof and easy to use. It's the screen works with my gloves, which is another really convenient way. Plus, I take as far as maps and navigation, I use my phone and the GPS as a way to double check where I'm going. I use Gaia app on my phone, which I love. It's really more of a hiking app, and it's got a little bit of delay sometimes on updates, over the satellites. But all in all, I've found that to be the most helpful. And then when you tie in a route into the Garmin Zumo Xt, it's just really that's the best combo and the easiest way I've found to navigate. So I highly recommend that from a convenience standpoint. I think those are the top upgrades that you could do to this bike. Although you could take this bike and ride it straight off the showroom floor, just get you a tail bag and go, no problem. But just a few things for safety, comfort, and convenience. I think those are the top 5. Let me know your comments if you disagree or you got other ideas. Please share those in the comments, and look forward to hearing from you, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks. Bye.